I got so much motherfucking design on right now.
Break it down, bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new block, where that dick. Bitches on my line, and you know.
Hello everyone, we are from group 4 and here we will present our group discussion about English debate. But before that, we will introduce ourselves. My name is Tiffany Sirat, my friend.
My name is Daniel bin Salum Bangaul.
And my name is Tanju Febrio Saragi.
Okay, but before we know how to play debate, we have to know what English debate is, right? So, what is English debate? English debate is a formal discussion or argumentative competition in which participants present and defend their viewpoints on a specific topic or proposition using structured rules and formats. It typically involves teams of speakers who take opposing positions with the goal of persuading judges and the audience through logical reasoning evidence and effective communication skills. English debate follow established rules such as time limits for speeches, cross-examination periods, and specific formats like the British parliamentary or American parliamentary styles. English debate often focuses on critical thinking, communication skills, and the ability to articulate ideas effectively. Jadi, English debate atau debat bahasa Inggris ini adalah diskusi formal atau kompetisi argumentatif yang dimana para pesertanya itu mempresentasikan dan mempertahankan sudut pandang mereka dengan menggunakan topik atau proposisi tertentu dengan menggunakan aturan atau format yang terstruktur. Next. According to International Debate Education Association or IDEA, English debate is an intellectual competition in which participants engage in an organized discussion using logical argumentation, persuasive communication, and research to support their viewpoints. Menurut Asosiasi Pendidikan Debat Internasional, debat bahasa Inggris atau English debate ini adalah kompetisi intelektual yang dimana para pesertanya terlibat dalam diskusi yang terorganisir dengan menggunakan argumentasi logis, komunikasi persuasif, dan penelitian untuk mendukung sudut pandang mereka. This is the definition of English debate. Now we move on to the function of English debate. As you can see, English debate has 3 functions. The first is encourage critical thinking. Debaters must analyze information, formulate arguments, and counter opposing viewpoints. The second is enhancing communication skills. Debate hones various communication skills, including public speaking, articulation, persuasion, and the ability to convey complex ideas clearly and concisely. And the third is conflict resolution. Debaters are often required to propose solutions to problems or conflict. Jadi, English debate ini memiliki 3 fungsi. Yang pertama adalah untuk berpikir kritis, yang kedua adalah meningkatkan skill komunikasi, dan yang ketiga adalah penyelesaian konflik.
Okay, next 2 types of English debate. In fact, there are many types of debates, but this time we will just take 2 examples. It is British parliamentary and American parliamentary. But we just focus to American parliamentary. What is American parliamentary? American parliamentary debate, or APD, is a style of competitive debate commonly practiced in the United States. It is a form of debate that combines elements of traditional parliamentary debate and British parliamentary debate. Jadi, American debate ini adalah gaya debat kompetitif yang umum dilakukan di Amerika Serikat. Dan ini adalah bentuk debat terstruktur dan formal yang menggabungkan unsur-unsur debat tradisional dan debat British. Okay, let's move on to the structure. Before starting the debate, we need to know the debate structure. Number 1, it is a motion. What is a motion? Motion is a topic. Motion is a statement that the debaters will argue. Jadi yang pertama adalah mosi. Mosi. Apa itu mosi? Mosi adalah topik. Mosi merupakan suatu pernyataan yang akan dibantah atau ditentang oleh para pihak yang berdebat. And the second is a team. In most debate have a 2 opposing team, affirmative team and negative team. Affirmative team support a motion, and negative team opposes it. Dan yang kedua adalah tim. Dalam kebanyakan perdebatan, ada dua tim yang berlawanan, tim afirmatif dan tim negatif. Tim afirmatif mendukung usulan tersebut atau mendukung mosi, sedangkan tim negatif menentang. And the third is time limits. Yes, this debate also has a time limit, such as when making a speech and when doing crossfire. Yang ketiga adalah time limit atau batas waktu. Ya, di dalam debate memiliki batas waktu, seperti batas waktu saat debat atau saat crossfire. Do you know what is crossfire? Crossfire like POI, but akan diperdalam di slide berikutnya. And number 4, it is a speech. Each team members take turns delivering speech, and have a time limit too. Yang keempat adalah pidato. Setiap anggota tim bergiliran menyampaikan pidato. Biasanya dengan batas waktu. And number 5, it is a judging. In the context of assessment or judging, it is usually seen from the quality of argument, evidence, and overall persuasion. Jadi yang kelima adalah penilaian. Dalam konteks penilaian, yang dinilai oleh individu yang tidak memihak, yang menilai kualitas argumen, bukti, dan persuasif secara keseluruhan. Mereka yang memutuskan tim atau pihak mana yang memenangkan perdebatan. And number 6, it is the audience. In the some case, debate are open to the public. Audience may have opportunity, ask question, and vote their winning team. Jadi yang keenam adalah penonton. Dalam beberapa kasus debat, ada yang dibuka untuk umum, dan penonton mempunyai kesempatan untuk mengajukan pertanyaan atau memberikan suara pada tim pemenang. Okay, next to how to play a debate. Continue by Daniel.
Okay, here I will explain about how to play the debate. The first step is introduction. The first is announcement of the motion. The debate begins with the moderator announcing the debate topic or motion. Jadi di sini debat itu dimulai dengan moderator memberikan suatu topik atau mosi yang akan didebatkan oleh kedua tim. And the next is team and speaker introduction. Each team introduce its members and the speaking order. Typically there are two teams, the affirmative and the opposition side. Jadi di sini kedua tim memperkenalkan diri dan anggotanya masing-masing, yaitu tim afirmatif dan tim negatif. And the next step is preparation time. Both teams are given a limited amount of preparation time, usually 15 until 20 minutes, to research the topic and prepare their arguments. During this time, team may collaborate and strategies. Jadi di sini kedua tim diberikan masing-masing waktu, yaitu 15-20 menit untuk mempersiapkan argumen mereka tentang mosi atau judul topik yang akan didebatkan oleh kedua tim. The next step is main speeches. The first is the affirmative team constructive speech. The first speaker on the affirmative side presents the opening arguments in favor of the motion. This speech typically lasts 7 until 8 minutes. Jadi di sini afirmatif atau pembicara pertama dari tim afirmatif memberikan argumennya tentang apa yang dipikirkannya, apa yang menjadi opininya tentang topik yang akan didebatkan. The next is leader of the opposition constructive speech. The first speaker on the opposition side responds to the affirmative team arguments and present their counter arguments against to the motions. Jadi pembicara pertama di tim negatif memberikan sanggahan atau tolakan atau memberikan counter argument untuk menyanggah opini dari pembicara pertama dari tim afirmatif. The next is member of the affirmative team constructive speech. The second speaker on the affirmative side continues to build the affirmative case. Jadi di sini pembicara kedua dari tim afirmatif membangun opini mereka agar tidak dapat disanggah oleh pembicara kedua dari tim negatif. And the next is member of the opposition's constructive speech. The second speaker on the opposition side continues to present opposition arguments, rebuts affirmative arguments, and may introduce new points. This speech also typically lasts 7 until 8 minutes. Jadi yang selanjutnya, pembicara kedua dari tim negatif melanjutkan sanggahan, melanjutkan tolakan dari opini dari kedua pembicara dari tim afirmatif agar opini mereka dapat diterima. Jadi batas waktu dari semua pembicara yaitu 7-8 menit. The next step is cross-examination. After each constructive speech, there is a period of cross-examination or crossfire, where members of the opposing team can ask questions to the speaker who just delivered their speech. This allows for direct interaction and clarification of arguments.
Okay, next to the different POI between crossfire. POI is mechanism where team members who are not speaking can ask short question or provide notes to speaker who is speaking. And in crossfire, team members who are not speaking can ask question to the speaker who is speaking and provides an opportunity for direct dialogue and clarification. Jadi POI itu dalam konteks POI kan harus ada kata harus diizinkan begitu biar POI-nya berjalan. Sedangkan crossfire itu saling baku tembak argumen, tetapi saat pidato sudah selesai dilakukan. Crossfire is giving each other question and answering, which lasts 2 or 3 minutes. Jadi crossfire adalah sesi memberikan pertanyaan atau menjawab pertanyaan, memberikan atau menerima pertanyaan dalam waktu 2 atau 3 menit. Usually crossfire is done after finishing a speech. Biasanya crossfire ini dilakukan setelah pidato telah selesai dilakukan. And what is the use of crossfire? Untuk apa sih kegunaan crossfire ini? The first is clarification. For example, to clarify something or if you missed something and confirm it. Jadi seperti contohnya mengklarifikasi sesuatu yang nggak jelas itu terdengar, atau mengklarifikasi pidato tersebut atau materi emosinya. And the second is to look for weakness. Dan yang kedua ini adalah melihat kelemahan. So when doing crossfire, you don't just ask question, but look for your opponent's weakness to issue the next statement. Jadi dalam crossfire bukan hanya memberikan pertanyaan, tetapi kita bisa melihat kelemahan dari lawan untuk statement kita berikutnya. And the third is attack and defense. Of course, in crossfire you don't just attack, because in the session the opponent can also ask question back. Jadi yang ketiga adalah menyerang dan bertahan. Jadi tidak hanya dalam crossfire tidak hanya selalu kita sebagai penyerang, tetapi ada waktu lawan dapat memberikan pertanyaan kepada kita. Jadi kita harus melakukan defense agar kelemahan kita tidak terlihat oleh lawan. Ya, and it is different of POI and between crossfire.
Okay, I will next continue explain about how to play the debate. The next step is rebuttal speeches. Affirmative rebuttal member of the affirmative. The third speaker on the affirmative side delivers a rebuttal speech summarizing the affirmative case, addressing opposition arguments, and providing closing remarks. This speech typically lasts 4 until 5 minutes. Jadi di step terakhir ini adalah pembicara ketiga dari tim afirmatif melanjutkan membangun opini mereka, memberikan opini lanjutan, memberikan pertanyaan-pertanyaan, dan sekaligus memberikan kata-kata penutup. Jadi pidato di sini diberikan waktu selama 4-5 menit. And the next is opposition rebuttal, member of the opposition. The third speaker on the opposition side delivers a rebuttal speech, summarizing the opposition case, addressing affirmative arguments, and providing closing remarks. Jadi di sini sama juga pembicara terakhir dari tim negatif memberikan sanggahan, memberikan opini-opini tambahan dan sekaligus memberikan kata-kata penutup. And the next is extension speeches, optional. Some American parliamentary debate formats allow for extension speeches where additional team members, often called whip speeches, can provide further arguments or analyze. These speeches are typically shorter, around 3 until 4 minutes. The next is conclusion. Final focus speeches, optional. In some American parliamentary debate formats, each team may have a final focus speech where they summarize their key arguments and emphasize why their side should win. These speeches typically last 2 until 3 minutes each. Jadi di sini adalah final yang bersifat opsional. Jadi di sini kedua tim diminta untuk memberikan key argument semacam rangkuman-rangkuman untuk memperkuat argumen mereka. And the last is decision and winner announcement. After the debate, judge evaluate the arguments and performance of both teams and announce the winner based on the predetermined criteria. Jadi di sini adalah pengumuman juara dan penyisihan. Jadi di sini diumumkan oleh moderator atau juri, dinilai dari kriteria dan opini-opini yang mendukung.
Okay, the conclusion of our group discussion about English debate is American parliamentary debate, or APD, is a structured and formalized style of competitive debate that plays a significant role in fostering critical thinking, effective communication, and intellectual engagement. It involves 2 teams, each with 3 members, engaging in a dynamic exchange of arguments on a given topic. Until here, our video group discussion about English debate. Thank you.